Old Silas, with hands gnarled like the roots of the ancient oak in his garden, was a man of good intentions, perhaps a little too eager, a little too impatient. He found solace in the quiet rhythm of nature, in the unfolding petals of his roses, the buzzing of the bees, and the delicate dance of butterflies. One afternoon, while tending to his prized camellias, he noticed a monarch butterfly cocoon, clinging precariously to a stem. He watched it, fascinated, as it wriggled and strained, the tiny inhabitant within clearly struggling to break free. A wave of empathy washed over Silas. He imagined the claustrophobia, the sheer exhaustion of the fight. "Poor thing," he murmured, his heart aching with a desire to alleviate the butterfly's suffering. He fetched his small, sharp knife, a tool he usually reserved for pruning delicate buds, and gently, cautiously, he sliced into the cocoon. He widened the opening, enough for the butterfly to slip through. It emerged, its wings crumpled and damp, its body swollen and ungainly. Silas felt a surge of pride. He had helped. He had eased its burden. He placed the butterfly on his palm, expecting it to take flight, but it didn't. It just sat there, trembling, its wings refusing to unfurl. Silas waited, his initial satisfaction slowly turning to concern, then to a heavier feeling he couldn't quite name. He held the butterfly patiently, whispering words of encouragement, but it remained earthbound, a prisoner of its own body. Day after day, Silas tended to the butterfly. He provided it with nectar from his sweetest flowers, shielding it from the wind and rain. He named her Hope, clinging to the idea that she would somehow, someday, learn to fly. But Hope only grew weaker. Her wings remained crumpled, useless. She could only crawl, a pale imitation of the soaring beauty she was meant to be. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and gold, Silas sat in his garden, Hope resting weakly on his knee. He watched a different monarch, its wings vibrant and strong, effortlessly gliding on the evening breeze. The realization hit him like a physical blow. He had robbed Hope of her strength. He had, in his misguided desire to help, denied her the very struggle that would have made her whole. The cocoon wasn't a prison, it was a training ground. The struggle was the weightlifting exercise, the grueling practice that prepared her wings for the sky. The effort of pushing through the confines of the cocoon was what forced the fluids from her body into her wings, allowing them to expand and harden. Tears welled in Silas's eyes, blurring the image of the free butterfly dancing in the air. He understood finally the profound lesson he had unwittingly learned. He had always believed in easing hardship, in smoothing the path for others, but he had failed to recognize the vital role that adversity played in growth, in resilience, in the very essence of becoming. He whispered an apology to Hope, a silent lament for his well-intentioned but ultimately damaging interference. Hope stirred slightly, her antennae twitching. She didn't understand his words, but perhaps she sensed the shift in his heart. Hope didn't survive the night, but her short, flightless life left an indelible mark on Silas. From that day forward, he changed. He stopped trying to solve every problem for others. He listened more, offered encouragement, and allowed people to face their own challenges, knowing that the struggle itself was a vital part of their journey. He still tended his garden, but with a newfound respect for the natural order. He knew that the seed must push through the earth, the bud must fight against the wind, and the butterfly must struggle to emerge from its cocoon. Only then could they truly soar. And when he saw a butterfly fluttering in the sun, he no longer saw just beauty. He saw strength, resilience, and the enduring power of the struggle. A reminder that the greatest victories often come after the hardest battles. The memory of hope became a constant nudge, a gentle whisper reminding him that true help wasn't about removing obstacles, but about empowering others to overcome them, to find their own wings, and to learn to fly. For it was in those struggles, those moments of perceived hardship, that the potential for greatness truly bloomed.